Swami Vivekananda said, so long as millions live in hunger and poverty, I hold every man a traitor who, having been educated at their expense, pays the least heed to them. He further warned us that no amount of politics would be of any avail until the masses of India are once more well fed, well educated, and well cared for. But will accomplish this task? How this will be materialized? He has tremendous faith on the youth of our country. He said, I have faith in my country and especially in the youth of my country. Youth of India, arise and awake. She expected that youth should come up to accomplish this great task. He said, youth of India should take up this great task. Before the British rule in India, we were economically self-dependent. We had thousands of steel factories, cotton factories, and many other factories. Our trade and commerce was at the highest point, and our contribution to the global GDP and global trade and commerce was quite significant. But now this thing is very disappointing. But after 73 years of independence, there is no logic that we should be dependent on foreign countries for our daily necessities. Our soaps, our cosmetics, our medicines, our blades, for our cement, our chapel, and many necessities for our, we depend on foreign countries. This is the most miserable plight in our country. Swami Vivekananda used to say that a nation which sends raw material to foreign countries and imports foreign goods is a baby in the field of industry. Now, under the able leadership of Narendra Modi, Make in India, Made in India, Startup India, Skill India, schemes have been launched and we have to do many things. He used to say that our nation should emerge from the cottage, from the villages, and this village-centric economy and planning should be made by us. And India as a whole is having a great and glorious cultural heritage. A slavish attitude has developed among the masses during these hundreds and thousands of years of our foreign subjugation. A spirit of entrepreneurship is to be developed among the people, among the citizens of our country, and this, to become your own boss is a charming and challenging experience, and our young friends should come up to accomplish this task. In Odisha, our Madhusudan Das used to say, cultured hand is industry. If you crush a piece of stone, you get only an amount of chips worth rupees 500. But if you carve an image of Goddess Kali, Durga, Buddha on the same stone, you get 55,000 rupees. This is value addition and this is industry. Mangoes are sold at rupees 5 a kg in our remote villages at the time of production. But the pickle is sold at rupees 250 a kg. If you go to a remote village during the time of production, you can get tomato at 2 rupees a kg. But the tomato sauce is sold in the market at 250 rupees a kg. Potato is sold at the time of production in villages at rupees 5 a kg. But potato chips are costing rupees 500 a kg. This is value addition. We can prepare pickles, juice, jam. We can have our food processing and fruit processing units. Micro planning is necessary for this, and to create an entrepreneurship attitude, not laborers but entrepreneurs. Every household should have an entrepreneur. Government has declared many lucrative packages for standard accounts, stressed account, healthy accounts, about 3 lakh and 70,000 crores of packages. But these are all meant for the existing units. For the startups, for the new ones, there are other schemes and programs like PMAGP, Spurti and other clusters. Rupees 20,050 crore has been organized for fishery sector, for infrastructure development and other income generating programs. But how to accomplish this? Who will prepare the roadmap? Who will bridge the gap between the government, the bank and the end fund beneficiary? This is the task on the shoulders of our young friends. So you have to bridge the gap. You have to bring the masses to the fold of development. to the fold of growth. Youth can do miracles. Eyes full of dreams, and the strength of a giant in the hands, the courage of a lion in the minds, and the compassion of a Buddha in the heart, ready to sacrifice everything for the suffering masses, toiling masses. This is youth. This is youth who is full of the freshness of energy and courage. And Swami Vivekananda used to say, main man, these are wanted, rest will take care of itself. But strong, vigorous and believing man, young man, 100 such, and the world becomes revolutionized. And such young men, full of life and vigor, will change the course of history. You are all born to do great things, to create history, not to be flowed away like a dry leaf. You are to change the wave. You are to transform the society. And if somebody wants to transform India, there is no other way but to transform Indians first. And who wants to transform Indians must begin the work from transforming himself. Although technology is essential for development, but its role in the entire process of development is below 25%. More than 75% depends upon the authenticity of the human element. This human element is much more important. Otherwise, why so much of poor taxpayers' money have been looted during these 73 years after independence? Why Nirav Modi and Vijay Mallya looted the nation and fled to foreign countries? Who helped them? Why an IS stepper looted 470 crore and went to jail? Why MPs asked questions for their own selfish interest on behalf of the companies and blamed the entire system? So, we cannot change a dishonest man into an honest one by science and technology. बेईमान को विज्ञान के द्वारा ईमानदार नहीं बनाया जा सकता है. देशद्रोही को देशभक्त नहीं बनाया जा सकता है. भ्रष्टाचारी को सदाचारी नहीं बनाया जा सकता. A group of social workers ready to sacrifice everything is essential for a total change. They will work out miracles. They will bridge the gap between the theory and the practice, between what ought to be done and what has been done, what is being done. You are fortunate enough that you will create history. The modern age in which we live in, the modern civilization in which we live in, is the product of the human mind, of the particular discipline known as modern science and technology. When we study science with a scientific frame of mind, we find there are two aspects, two dimensions of this subject. One is pure science, which is nothing but a critical, sincere, unbiased, unprejudiced inquiry into the truth of nature. And the truth so discovered flows into a technical invention that is applied science. It is meant for the welfare, for the enrichment and enhancement, for the comfort of humans, human society. Human mind is the storehouse of infinite knowledge and experience. No knowledge comes from outside. All knowledge is in the human mind. Newton discovered the force of gravitation. Was it sitting somewhere else and jumped to Newton's brain? No. Newton was watching every day why the apple is falling. The apple falls. Why the apple is not going upward, not northward, southward, eastward, westward? That was the question which disturbed him. He pondered over the problem very seriously, thought over it, and he discovered a missing link in his brain, and he named it as the law of gravitation. So, nature, mother is ready to open her treasure house if knocked at proper time, at proper point. Example of Newton is a glaring example. My young sisters and brothers just develop the spirit of questioning who, where, how, what, when and where. So, this is called jigyasa. This is essential for learning. We have seen many unhealthy competitions during these days, but these have led to devastation of civilizations by war. Now, after this COVID-19, nature has taught us that cooperation should be the motto, not competition. Unhealthy competition should go and cooperation. Why cooperation? Because we are all one. Science has proved, and our ancient Upanishadic tradition has proved long ago, that we are all one. A single atom of this universe cannot move without dragging the whole universe in its wake. So this oneness of the universe is the greatest feeling that prompts us to be very cooperative, to love everybody, and this love is the essential spirit of our work. This unhealthy competition must go, and this competition is the result of the Western thought process. We differ on 4 cardinal points from the Western mind. That is, Western mind is based on the philosophy developed by Charles Darwin, Hegel and Marx. Charles Darwin, in his famous book Origin of Species, has written that there is everywhere struggle for existence, and the inevitable result of that is survival of the fittest. The 4 points on which we differ is struggle for existence, survival of the fittest, exploitation of nature, and individual rights. Although there is apparent struggle in the outside, but if we have a deeper vision, we can see the harmonious existence of the nature. If we see, plant is discharging oxygen, which is quite essential for our survival, and we discharge carbon dioxide, the poison which would have finished the world unless plant have digested it. So we are interdependent, and that is the case in whole of the nature. So man is a part of the family is a part of the society is a part of the nation is a part of the world is a part of the universe, and universe is a part of Prakriti, manifested part of Prakriti, and Prakriti is the shadow of Brahman. From the lowest atom to the highest Brahman, all are interconnected, all are one. This oneness of the universe and divinity of man is the great thing that we have to learn. And COVID taught us that man is the murderer of this biodiversity, of this nature. Now nature is laughing with joy. Pollution level has been reduced. So we should be very much careful about this nature, this biodiversity. We should develop a sense of honor, a sense of love, respect towards this nature. Nature worship is a part of our culture. Now, survival of the fittest. We differ from the Western mindset in this point also, because all our laws are made for the survival of the weakest. We protect the weakest. So that is our ideal that is our national ideal. Now the third one is exploitation of nature. But we believe that we can only live in tune with nature. We can live with nature. We cannot destroy nature and survive. So we have developed a sense of love and respect towards nature. And due to this nature conquering, nature exploiting technology, the water sources have been completely destroyed, and our rivers are being dried up, and we cannot live without river, we cannot live without water. We shall have to be very careful for the protection of these water sources and this biodiversity. Now the fourth one is individual rights. We don't believe in individual rights. We believe in individual duties. If we perform our duties, everybody's rights is protected. If the teacher performs his duty, the student's right is protected. If the student performs his duty, the teacher's rights are protected. If the parents perform their rights, their duties, then the sons and daughters' right is protected. And if the children perform their duties, the rights of the parents are protected. Then everybody's rights will be automatically protected by performing our duties. Our goal is Atmanirbhar Bharat. What is meant by Atmanirbhar Bharat? We were not producing a single piece of PPE kits prior to Corona. But during this Corona period, we took a resolve, and due to this able guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister, now we are producing 3,50,000 pieces of PPE kits every day through our MSME and textile ministries, and we are exporting also. So this we can do. We can reduce our import, and we can increase our export. So Narendra Modi gave a slogan that Atmanirbhar Bharat, and be vocal for local products with global outreach. So our goal is to accomplish this Atmanirbhar Bharat plan successful and to achieve this goal, we should plan at the micro level so that every household becomes an entrepreneur. That can be done through application of technology. More emphasis is to be given on research and innovation. Young minds should come forward. Our research and innovation has enough scope, but for this we should have some character traits. First, we should have faith. Unless we have faith on ourselves, we cannot infuse this spirit of faith and confidence among others. What is this faith? To illustrate this faith by an example, I don't find any better example than the example of Nachiketa, who revolted against the cheating of his father very politely but formally, and on the command of his father, he went to meet death face to face and come out successful with knowledge of the truth. So this sort of faith, to face death face to face, we should imbibe in ourselves faith. Then secondly, we should have concentration. Without concentration, no attempt will be successful. A concentrated mind is the basic principle of success. Arjuna succeeded in the examination of archery, and because of his extreme practice and concentration. So this concentration is needed everywhere. With this little bit of concentration, a student will be a better teacher, a student will be a better student, a teacher will be a better teacher, an administrator will be a better administrator, and with this concentration, a leader will be a better leader, a bureaucrat will be a better bureaucrat, a farmer will be a better farmer, a spiritual seeker will be a better spiritual seeker, a scientist will be a better scientist. So this concentration is quite essential for success. Thirdly, Swabhimanam. We should have to develop a sense of self-esteem. Our work should glorify our country, not bring blame to the country. This Swabhimana is needed. And fourth one is, you should have sufficient time to invest, to materialize this great aim, this great vision within a reasonable time frame. Because if you have so much of talents but no time, then this talent is useless. So you must have time. And fifth one is, we should not be having ahamkara. We can see that many things are responsible for a success. In spite of our sincere attempts, sometimes we don't succeed. So we should not be egocentric. Rather, we should be an instrument in the hands of Lord, and we should be grateful that God has given us chance to accomplish a great task. We should believe that this is a chance given by God. So with this we can succeed, and with this aggressive interest without any selfish motive, we should try to make India Atmanirbhar. Every village should be Atmanirbhar, every family should be Atmanirbhar. We should prepare our necessities, and we should be able to produce quality articles and standardize them, and we should be a part in the export mechanism. Then only you can do miracles. Drawing as much energy as you need from the cosmic sources. Scope for research and innovation, application of new technology is infinite, and I can suggest a few sectors on which you can focus, but there are a number of sectors and number of fields which you can proceed beyond this. Organic farming may be a subject of interest nowadays, because this use of unreasonable use of chemicals has spoiled our soil, our atmosphere, our health. So you should think of this organic farming. Organic villages are to be created, and people should be encouraged for organic farming, because they can add more value to that. World over, this organic farming is appreciated. Green village, clean village, smart village, digital village should be our motto, and we can run to the villages. We can have our economy based on this village, and more urbanization in India means, unfortunately, more slum, more dirt, more disease, and more pollution. Taking the advantages, the infrastructure of this urban life to the villages without this dark side of dirt and pollution, we can create an sustainable development model in villages. We can also invest on food processing. Government is giving many types of subsidies through food processing ministry and MSM ministry. We can have our food processing units, forest product processing units, herbal parks and herbal pharmacies, herbal processing units, milk processing units, and village industries, traditional industries, agricultural waste can be managed. There is a beautiful sector known as waste management. Agricultural waste, kitchen waste, our industrial waste, plastic waste and e-waste can be a beautiful subject of research and innovation. We can do that. So, plastic waste is a serious, devastating burden. Nowadays, scientists say that the load of plastic will be doubled by 2022 and the world may be burnt into ashes within 400 years. We should have to find out technologies to reprocess it, reuse it, and that is a special subject of interest. Now, dairy and Panchagavya industry can bring revolutionary changes in our country. If we go on these lines, we can increase the milk production by 20 times, 10 times through scientific technologies and without any health hazard to the cattle. Now, eco-friendly technology has been developed and this Panchagavya industry can bring a revolutionary transformation in our national economy from cow dung, from the urine of the cows, many articles, many medicines, many cosmetics are produced, powers are generated also, and so we can develop all these industries in our rural areas. Poultry, guttery can also bring revolutionary changes in our rural economy. Integrated farming may be a very beautiful subject of interest. Floriculture is another field which is very alluring. Horticulture, agro-based industries can be our subject of interest. Art, painting, embroidery, fashion designing. Our rural women have a genetic aptitude in all these fields, but they do not have any exposure, and we can also use various global platforms to give them exposure and so that they can get their due, and the intermediate agency can also make profit. Linkage with government, banks, marketing agencies, consultancies may be developed to materialize all these things. Now the greatest challenge are how to make it cost effective, how to reduce the cost of production of our agriculture, our manufacturing sector, our services, how to reduce the cost of preservation also. New technologies should come up, how to enhance the market, how to inspire the market. Value addition technology should be given more importance to. How to reduce the post-harvest wastage, raw material availability, training human resources. We should have trained persons through DDU GKY and Skill India. Government is providing training, but we require much more training. Seeing the vastness of our country, we should create more avenues, and we can also avail the financial support of the Government of India for building of these training institutes. For all these, we should have a clarity of vision. What should be our mission? What should be our vision? And what should be our action? Vision plus action is perfection. Vision without action is illusion. And action without vision is confusion. Swami Vivekananda wrote, "My dear noble prince," he wrote to the prince through the ruler of Khetri once, "My dear noble prince, this life is short. The vanities of the world are transient, but they alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive." If we examine on this parameter, whether our life is meaningful, whether our life is useful, then we can visualize, we can see that if this life is meant for others, if the life is meant for the development of the society, then our life will be meaningful. He said that we should develop this spirit, and he was a revolutionary sannyasi who revolted against God also. He said, "I do not believe in a God or religion who cannot give me a piece of bread here, giving me eternal bliss in heaven. I do not believe in a God or religion who cannot give a piece of bread to the orphan's mouth or weep the widow's tears." So now the toiling masses should catch our attention. We should develop a sense of love. There is starvation, ignorance, superstition all around. And young entrepreneurs, young students, young leaders should come to take up this responsibility to remove this superstition. He gave us many mantras, many great messages which are very brief in size but very deep in meaning. And one such mantra is love India. Love humanity, love. This love is a great message. The love is the motive power, the basic force of our work. If we love, we can work. If we love India, we will not copy. If we love India, we will not be corrupt. If we love India, we will not take bribe. Simply beautiful message which can transform our whole life. Love India. I will just quote and conclude my speech. Quote one great message of Swami Vivekananda. He said, love opens the most impossible gates. Love is the gate to all the secrets of the universe. Feel therefore, my would-be reformers, my would-be patriots. Do you feel? Do you feel that millions and millions of the descendants of gods and of sages have become next door neighbors to brutes? Do you feel that millions are starving today and millions have been starving for ages? Do you feel that ignorance has come over the land as a dark cloud? Does it make you restless? Does it make you sleepless? Has it gone into blood coursing through your veins and becoming consonant with your heartbeats? Has it made you almost mate? Are you seized with that one idea of the misery of ruin, and have you forgotten all about your name, your fame, your wives, your children, your properties, even your own bodies? Have you done that? That is the first step to become a patriot, the very first step. Now let us examine how far we are patriots with this parameter given by Swami Vivekananda. My dear young friends, sisters and brothers, I love you all and I have tremendous faith in you all. I believe that you will be shining like stars on the national and international horizon and will create history, and the world is waiting for the great days to see you shining as the brightest skies in the as the brightest stars in on the sky. And with this I conclude. Namaste.